stand or remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the Thomas Stone JROTC and remain standing for our national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets fired, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right turn, march. Forward, march.
Please be seated.
Good morning. My name is Ayana McClung, and I am the secretary for the class of 2024. I would like to introduce and recognize our distinguished guests that are here with us this afternoon. Please stand when your name is called. Board Chairperson, Ms. Yanelle Moore-Lee, Esquire. Vice Chairperson, Ms. Nicole M. Creamer. Board Member, Ms. Daughtery Butler Washington. Board Member, Mr. David Hancock. Board Member, Mr. Michael Lucas. Board Member, Ms. Jamila Smith. Board Member, Ms. Samicha Thomas. Board Member, Ms. Linda Warren. Student Board Member, Treasurer Perkins. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Maria V. Navarro. State Senator, Senator Arthur Ellis. Delegate Deborah M. Davis, Esquire. Delegate Edith Patterson. County Commissioner, Vice President, and District 4 Commissioner, Ralph E. Patterson. President, Education Association of Charles County, EACC, Mr. Sean Howe. UNISERV, Director of the Education Association of Charles County, EACC, Ms. Dawn Pipkin. Chief Financial Officer, Karen M. Acton. Chief of Operations and Supporting Services, Michael Heim. Chief of Teaching and Learning, Kevin Lowndes. Chief of Human Resources, Nicole Majors. Chief of Instructional Technology, Charmaine Thompson. Executive Director of Schools, Richard Conley. Executive Director of Schools, Dr. Linda Gill. Executive Director of Schools, Jamie Whitfield Coffin. At this time, would the members of the Thomas Stone faculty and staff please rise? We, the class of 2024, would like to thank you for everything you have done for us over the past 4 years. Now, we would like to recognize our most honored guests of all, our friends, families, and guardians. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the senior class president for the class of 2024, Candace Carrington.
Good afternoon, class of 2024. My name is Candace Carrington, and I am your senior class president. I'd like to begin my speech with a few thank yous to some significant people in my life. Thank you, Ms. Frazier, for helping me to find my voice. Choir and Thomas Stones helped me stay motivated through the chaos that was my freshman year. Thank you to Mrs. Salopek and Ms. Morton for being consistent voices of reason whenever I needed it and listening to all of my rants. Thank you, Mrs. Benson, for helping me to find a new creative outlet through photography. Thank you to my coaches, Shayna Granbury, Shonda McIver, and Angelisha Wells for coaching me for the last 3 years, even when we weren't in season. Thank you to my parents for bringing me into this world and pushing me to be all I could be. When I was tasked with writing this speech, the first advisement I received was to speak about the impact that COVID-19 and quarantine had on us. But we are so much more than that. While we have had a unique high school experience, being the first to have their freshman year entirely online, only having 3 years of sports, 2 homecoming dances, and much less than previous classes, though these circumstances were not ideal, it proved one thing: we are a class of resilience. Starting off our high school careers within our homes and missing the social aspects that we were once so excited about, then returning to the building and trying to make the most of the time we had left. I know we all recall running to class to avoid getting called in hall suite because we didn't want a Saturday school, or surviving proximity classes in Khan Academy. We've all been there. Legendary music artist Miss Lauryn Hill once said, "Until you conquer the enemy within yourself, you can't deal with anyone." This quote signifies one of the most important things in our near future: self-realization. We've all been asked a million times over, what do you want to do with your life, or what are your plans after high school? While these questions are well-intentioned, it can be overwhelming to plan your life ahead at only 17 or 18 years old. Up until this point, our lives have been structured for us. Ms. Salopek creating our schedules, Dr. Bateman and other administrators making sure we were in class, Ms. Morton helping us with different scholarships and applications, and now it's time to put everything they taught us to work. The things we went through and worked so hard for were worth it. There's a purpose for everything. Because you did your best, you guys are here today. That is the true definition of resilience: the capacity to withstand or to recover from difficulties. Ms. Lauryn Hill inspires us to be the architect of our own creative expression. We have the benefit of so many more opportunities than our predecessors, so let's use them to our advantage. We will all be taking different courses in life, as some of us go to college, trade school, into the military, or to the workforce. I think we can all agree that we're uncertain about this next chapter of our lives. But I urge you all to take control of your lives. Do not simply coast along with no direction. You can only get out what you put in. Graduates, do not become lazy, but continue to employ the dedication that has already gotten us this far. Dr. Martin Luther King shared, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." As your senior class president, I want to challenge you to not allow yourself to get comfortable with the current state of the world. Make your mark on the world. We're the next lawmakers, policy changers, and innovators. As we embark on this new journey, I encourage you to keep changing the perspectives of those around you and reach for the stars. Parents, we thank you for the guidance and your patience throughout our high school career and look forward to your continued support as we travel into uncharted territory. Congratulations to the Thomas Stone class of 2024. We did it.
Good afternoon, Board Chairperson Maura Lee, board members, Superintendent Navarro, executive staff, parents, relatives, friends, and most importantly, the Thomas Stone class of 2024. It is my great honor and privilege to stand before you today as we celebrate this significant milestone in your lives. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and growth. It is a day of joy, reflection, and the anticipation of the future. This group had the unique experience of beginning high school virtually. The world around us has changed in unimaginable ways. Since the start of your high school years, you have worked hard, and today is your moment. Together, we have navigated through Thomas Stone. I will miss seeing your smiley faces in the main hall, hearing your stories, and yes, handing out hall sweeps and even nagging you to comply with school rules. You have grown not only academically, but also personally, forming friendships and discovering your passions. You have faced adversity, learned to persevere, and overcome challenges together. Through these experiences, our school community has become a family. I am incredibly proud to stand before you as you mature into young adults full of potential. My message today is simple: embrace the journey. No one truly knows what the future holds, but your actions can shape and mold the future you desire. You are building your future as we speak. Earning your high school diploma has laid a solid foundation. You are resilient. As you embrace the journey, understand that challenges lie ahead. I ask each of you to meet those challenges with open hearts and your heads held high. You are learning to be adaptive and rethinking the world around you. If a plan does not work, make a new one. Be focused and clear about your desired outcomes. Let your choices be intentional and optimistic. At Stone, we have always emphasized the good, the accomplishments, the Cougar Pride moments. I know you're capable. The class of 2024 has earned over $18 million in scholarship. Embrace the journey and understand that life requires continuous growth. The world is constantly changing, and your ability to adapt and grow will be crucial to your success. You will experience moments that define who you are and shape your character. Always do what is necessary and right to be the person you want to be. Each of you will travel different paths, but never forget your potential and strive for excellence in all you do, no matter how big or small the task. Today is the beginning of a new adventure. Embrace it with enthusiasm, courage, and hope. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, we all get distracted. The question is, would you bounce back or bounce backwards? Embrace the journey and live the life with your dreams at the forefront of everything you do. Congratulations to the class of 2024, and best of luck.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the graduating student with the second highest rank academically in the class of 2024, the class salutatorian, Noah Pareto.
Good morning to all in class of 2024. We finally made it. These past 4 years weren't easy, and I know many of us felt like quitting. So I would like to thank all the diligent family members, staff, and teachers that have supported us throughout our journey here at Thomas Stone. I am proud that all of you have prevailed over the harsh waters of high school. As we embark on the next chapter of our lives, we must also realize that this graduation is merely just another stepping stone towards something greater. Whether we are heading towards college, the workforce, the military, or another path, I am certain that everyone here has attained the tools to succeed. It is inevitable that we will struggle, but always remember the perseverance that we've all demonstrated these past 4 years to help you push through. And when you feel like giving up, lean on the people who will stand beside you through the good and the bad. As Jaguar D. Salt said, for my One Piece fans out there, no one is born into this world to be alone. When we walk outside the stadium, each of us will, for the first time in our lives, enjoy a greater sense of independence. You will finally have the chance to leave your mark on this world, as doors upon doors of opportunities open up along your path. However, I will miss the peaceful silence of our library. I will miss Mr. Coutinho's horrible joke of the day, and I will miss some of the most influential people here at this school. I'm sure you all will also find yourselves cherishing the little, fleeting moments of ease that will come with whichever path you take in life, even if it may end someday. To quote Dr. Seuss, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the graduating student with the highest rank academically in the class of 2024, the class valedictorian, Charlie Bowie.
Good afternoon, class of 2024, friends, family, teachers, and faculty. I wanted to address the graduating seniors first because, frankly, you did it. It has been your effort, commitment, and intelligence that has gotten you here today. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I'm honored to speak at this celebration of our accomplishments. Now, I want to preface this speech by saying I love to complain. This is probably something I shouldn't admit in front of hundreds of people, especially not at the beginning of a graduation speech. But hey, it's true and something I'll work on. That said, I've laughed and bonded with so many people as we complain about complicated assignments, nasty cafeteria food, and the sometimes indescribable stench of the hallways. It is through these moments and relationships that I've been able to survive these years. I hope each of you has similar memories that you can cherish as we move on to the next stage of our lives. We have all grown, changed, and learned a lot throughout our years at Thomas Stone. And although we have faced many obstacles, that just makes this moment more worth it. Although the future may be uncertain and our circumstances less than ideal, I know that each of you will contribute great things. Sometimes it's easy to feel that we don't measure up to the metric of great things, but I want to recognize that all of us graduating here today have already achieved something great. Through our education, we have honed our ability to think critically, research, participate in politics, get a job, and even just communicate with people around us. This will allow us to forge the nation of tomorrow. Unfortunately, here comes my time to complain. Throughout our school careers, we have witnessed a deterioration of the education system. I again applaud you all for overcoming these barricades, but I urge everyone here to transform these complaints into a movement. If you ask, you will find not only others with similar complaints, but also many with insightful solutions. I want to shout out all the teachers, especially those who still give their all despite their underappreciation and exploitation. If we are complacent, literacy rates will continue to drop, teachers will quit in droves, and this issue will prove detrimental to the functioning of our society. I have often fallen victim to this bystander mentality myself, but we cannot sit and wait for a solution to come. I hope you aren't listening to this speech and resenting my political brazenness, but sometimes it is too easy to forget that history was forged by powerful minds, often young students such as ourselves, and that the pieces never fell into place. We can hope that the Israeli nation will stop its genocide against Palestinians. We can hope that cops will stop their brutalization of Black individuals and communities. We can hope that the earth will stop warming at alarming rates. Despite our hopes, our inaction and lack of responsibility concerning these issues has allowed them to grow and fester, resulting in the deaths of thousands and consequences far beyond our current comprehension. I know everything seems politicized nowadays, but to some extent, I encourage you to embrace this and realize the political potential of our complaints once we take the initiative. As you all leave this stadium, I urge you to keep learning, to remain involved, and to value the small things that have shaped our lives today. Thank you again to all the families, friends, teachers, and faculty that have supported us, and most importantly, congratulations to the Thomas Stone class of 2024.
Good afternoon. My name is Aaron Leslie Grant, and I am the Vice President of the Class of 2024. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Maria Navarro. Dr. Navarro is a veteran educator who has served in various teaching and leadership roles in Maryland, Delaware, and Washington, D.C. Prior to working for Charles County Public Schools, Navarro was an education assistant working to support school systems and government agencies to improve learning opportunities for young people. I'm extremely honored to introduce our Superintendent of Charles County Schools, Dr. Maria Navarro.
Thank you. Greetings, soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2024. Today marks not just the culmination of your high school journey, but also the acknowledgement of the many challenges you faced to overcome to arrive at this moment. Family and friends are the first reason you've made it here today. So, unlike your principal, I'd like you to stand up, turn around. Come on, Thomas Stone, stand up, turn around, and give those wonderful people who came here today or who are watching you a big, loud round of applause. Go ahead and blow kisses, too. No one's watching. Thank you, Thomas Stone. They're here for you, and we definitely appreciate them. Today, I am representing a cadre of people that made this day also happen for you. Over the years, you have been supported by countless adults who devote their lives to educating and supporting you, the young people in our Charles County Public Schools community. They include our bus drivers, our cafeteria staff, the building services team, counselors, teachers, tutors, instructional assistants, principals and assistant principals, coaches, band directors, nurses, secretaries, club sponsors, and on and on and on. Collectively, we have over 4,000 Charles County Public School employees who are also cheering you on today. And as educators, we know that high school graduation is indeed a great milestone and that high school expectations keep rising for our students. The reality is that we must prepare you for an increasingly more complex world that is ever changing. Requirements for graduates today are different from those of your parents and for sure those of your grandparents. The bar has been raised with more graduation requirements, a more rigorous academic course load, and an increase in number of credits needed to stand where you are standing today. You've gone to school more days, spent longer hours studying, and have been asked to master not just the content of your digital books, but also the critical thinking skills that will serve as the foundation for your lifelong learning. In a world where information is at our fingertips, you've been tasked to sift through the noise and misinformation to find the relevancy, the truth, the solution to a problem. Digital literacy is no longer a skill, but a necessity, ensuring you can navigate the ever-evolving technological landscape. You've learned to communicate in a language that did not exist a few decades ago, the language of digital natives. You adapted to new models of learning, from virtual classrooms to collaborative online platforms, preparing you for a future where change is the only constant. The world you're stepping into is indeed more complex, but we know that this graduating class is equipped with the tools to thrive in it. You've been taught not just to solve equations or write essays, but to tackle real-world problems with creativity and resilience. You've been encouraged to question, to innovate, and to lead, like your valedictorian just said. As you move forward, take pride in the fact that you have succeeded in a more challenging high school environment than those before you. Now take everything you've learned and improve yourself and improve your community. The future is complex, but it is also bright, and it awaits your contributions. Congratulations. Ms. Pearl, please present your class.
Before we confer diplomas, we have a final request from our WE Board member, Haley Bermudez-Funes.
As we near the end of our graduation ceremony, on behalf of the senior class, I want to thank all the people who have joined us here for this ceremony, honored guests, teachers, friends, relatives, grandparents, and most of all, our parents and guardians. You have impacted our lives in so many positive ways. Now, as we get ready to walk across the stage, please know that your love and support has made this day possible for each of us. As we prepare for the conferring of diplomas, please be aware of what this moment will mean for each of us. The combination of 12 hard years of work and the fulfillment of our dreams, even in a pandemic, on behalf of the senior class, I ask every guest joining us today to allow us to enjoy this extraordinary and our moment in our lives. The special moment of walking across the stage and hearing our names being called. We know you want to yell and shout out for joy because you're proud of us, and we thank you. But today, we're asking that you give each and every graduate the respect they deserve and have earned. We ask that you allow each of us to have our special moment and let every graduate's name be heard without interruption. Thank you.
I would like to take this time to reinforce the silent roll call. The silent roll call is a commitment we here at Thomas Stone have made to our graduating seniors. The class of 2024 would like to hear all the names of all the members of the class. In order to do this, the audience members are asked to respect the wishes of the seniors and be silent while the graduates are receiving their diplomas. There will be ample time at the end of the roll call for celebration. Dr. Navarro, I certify that the members of the class of 2024 have met the Maryland State graduation requirements. You may confer the graduates their diplomas. Would the first row please rise?
Now conferring diplomas, Board Member Ms. Daughtery Butler Washington. Charlie Bowie, Certificate of Merit. Noah Diato Prado, Certificate of Merit. Cesar Yair Rosas Vasquez, Certificate of Merit. Haley Daniela Bermudez Funes, Certificate of Merit. Colin Joseph Gilday, Certificate of Merit. Nyla Trinity DeLuca Thomas, Certificate of Merit. Scott Thomas Morrison, Certificate of Merit. Jensing Lee, Certificate of Merit. Matthew Patrick Lovelace, Certificate of Merit. Joanna Liseth Montesino Perez, Certificate of Merit. Kamaya Angelique Terry. Candace Carolyn Carrington, Certificate of Merit. Anwar Sebastian Leslie Grant. Ariana Danye McClung. Melita Marie Nicholas, Certificate of Merit. Denzel Kweku Abenlarbi. Samuel Ogulawa Adeyanju, Certificate of Merit. Alexander Devon Ajaho. Akila Sarah Al-Cafe, Certificate of Merit. Sean Alexander Allgood, Certificate of Merit. Anaí Margarita Amaya Benitez, Certificate of Merit. Jocelyn Amaya Romero, Certificate of Merit. Philip Dwayne Avent Jr., Certificate of Merit. Now conferring diplomas, Board Chairperson Ms. Yanel Moore Lee, Esquire. Allison Poblete Balagtas. Clarence Charles Banks. Jaden Ahmad Banks. Sierra Ayana Barnes, Certificate of Merit. Zachary Vadim Barzakin, Certificate of Merit. Nakai Anthony Battle. Jaden Christina Baxter, Certificate of Merit. Trinity Lovey Beal.
DeMarco Rahman Bell, Certificate of Merit. Kiana Mackenzie Berry. Deja Cassidy Bishop, Certificate of Merit. Davon Fella Blair. Destiny Marie Bland, Certificate of Merit. Star Angel Blue, Certificate of Merit. Tyree Jawan Aaron Board, Certificate of Merit. Stella Sapoma Boateng, Certificate of Merit. Jordan Matthew Boggs. Virginia Jeanette Bolden. Grace Borena Bolden. Skylar Michaela Boone, Certificate of Merit. Joshua Tyler Bowman. Tanaya Monet Bowman. Julian Miguel Bray, Certificate of Merit. Now conferring diplomas, Vice Chairperson Nicole Kramer. Trinity Dejanay Brooks. Joelle Anissa Brown. Michael Gerard Bryant III. Soria Lee Bulls. Javion Romello Butler, Certificate of Merit. Iris Natalie Campos Guzman, Certificate of Merit. Jamari Tayshawn Carter. Amanda Jean Cartwright, Certificate of Merit. Cortez Malachi Certain. Daviana Aaliyah McKenna Chigbu, Certificate of Merit. Jada Celise Collins, Certificate of Merit. Carlos Antonio Contreras Rivas. Malachi Wade Conyers. Maya Michelle Cooper, Certificate of Merit. Jasmine Lemire Cowling. Abigail Sun Comiskey, Certificate of Merit. Kamali Alexander Kundy.
Laritha Faith Daniels. Emmanuel Kyrie Davis. Zamira Asata Rose Davis. Angela Dempsey, Certificate of Merit. Taylor Janae Dickerson, Certificate of Merit. LaRon Cortez Dotson. Now conferring diplomas, Board Member Michael Lucas. Anthony Darrell Duncan III. Amari Naomi Edmonds, Certificate of Merit. Darnay Amber Ellis. Omar Kenneth Emery, Certificate of Merit. Abigail Marie Taylor Epps. Jason Ugo Evans, Certificate of Merit. Zachary Charles Evans. Jefferson Nain Fajardo Kasun. Lanaya Cachet Falk. Sue Foote. Karan Terrence Foxworth. Elijah Omri Frazier. Brianna Ajay Vita Gant. Gabrielle Christina Garrett. Kendall Kanaya Gerald. Diogo Alessandro Gonzalez Peña. Diana Danae Gore, Certificate of Merit. Sage Alta Grapes. Trinity Tanaya Green. Aubrey Nicolette Destiny Griffin. Larry Howard Gross, Jr. Leslie Joanna Guevara Gomez. Jatsier Alberto Guillen Lopez. Jermaine Nathaniel Hamlin, Jr. Selena Simone Handon, Certificate of Merit.
Now conferring diplomas, Board Member David Hancock. DeAndre Marquette Harley, Certificate of Merit. David Robert Harrison. Lillian Jade Heck. Lee Heller. Nelson Antonio Hernandez. Adrian Herrera Barragan. Jalen Maquel Holtz. Lauren Dolores Howard, Certificate of Merit. Lauren Howard, Certificate of Merit. Samara Naori Hurt. Maya Sherry Jacks, Certificate of Merit. Artini Earl Jackson, Jr. Daniel Julian Jimenez Flores. Jose Luis Jimenez Ochoa, Jr. Aaron Nashawn Johnson. Chanel Arjane Johnson. Lene Diane Johnson. Khalees Janae Jones. Kyla Amina Jones. Mackenzie Everett Jones. Demetrius Arturo Keaton, Jr. Frank Ricardo King, Jr. Nadalyn Julissa Lemus Mendez. Now conferring diplomas, Board Member Miss Jamila Smith. Corinne Nicole Lewis, Certificate of Merit. Dwayne Adrian Littleton II. Anaya Hannah Lloyd. Brianna Alexis Long, Certificate of Merit. Ever Adolfo Lopez Aldana. Roxana Lopez Avila. Alexandra Emperatriz Lopez Correas. Marcus Ervin Lovick.
Layla Amelia Magby, Certificate of Merit. Quentin Nicholas Mahoney, Certificate of Merit. Gabrielle Ayana Malone, Certificate of Merit. Jaden Ka'u Ali'i Lehua Manley. Brian Alexander Manzanares Osorio. Damian Arnett Marbury Jr., Certificate of Merit. Nancy Beatriz Martinez Lopez. Esther Melanie Martinez Rivera. Medina Lynn Mata. Jamasia Christina Maiden. Daylin Brooke McCowan, Certificate of Merit. Serena Adrian McDonald, Certificate of Merit. Kaya Christina McGee, Certificate of Merit. Isaiah DeAnthony Minter. Mira Mulan Mohammed, Certificate of Merit. Raina Jean Monroe. Tommy Maria Morris. DeMarcus James Mosley. Jersey Julissa Murillo Rodales, Certificate of Merit. Casey Elise Murphy, Certificate of Merit. Isabella Deneen Naldo. Yanderi Paula Orellana Blanco. Brian Palafox Villa. Savannah Lynn Palmer. Yuridia Isabel Parada Guevara, Certificate of Merit. Sayana Arjay Payne. Andrea Alejandra Pineda Cibrian. Anaí Michelle Pineda Urias. Now conferring diplomas, Board Member Ms. Samicha Thomas. Ariana Chanel Proctor. Jordan Alexander Proctor. Manor Amjad Raja, Certificate of Merit. Kevin Josue Recinos Morales.
Haley Marie Richardson. Ayana Precious Raleigh, Certificate of Merit. Cecilia Roxana Rivas Turcio, Certificate of Merit. Kira Ashley Rivers. Jasmine Honora Corinne Robinson. Marilyn Rosales Herrera. Zoe Holland Rose. Javon Michael Rush. Chase Murphy Rutledge, Certificate of Merit. Alana Grace Sanchez Casey, Certificate of Merit. Aileen Daniela Sanchez Lopez, Certificate of Merit. Gabriela Sanchez Cepeda. Elijah Emmanuel Sanders. Sanette Sanae Sanir Sanderson, Certificate of Merit. Nancy Dayana Santos Ixcott. Annie Nicole Sarmiento Gonzalez, Certificate of Merit. Sahid Hassan Sese. Erica Kishay Shedrick. Latasia May Short. Victoria Kimberly Cibrian. Brian Maureen Giaga Siu. Sion Signes. Elijah Jamal Simpson. Kaya Tamara Smith, Certificate of Merit. Sanaya Darnell Smith, Certificate of Merit. Jacob Matthew Spears. Alistair Holland Stafford. Jalen Sarah Thomas. Keshana Dolores Thomas. Tashayla Khalees Thompson, Certificate of Merit. Sincere Knowledge Thornton. Annette Valentina Torres Mota.
Now conferring diplomas, Board Member Miss Linda Warren. Leslie Yahaira Valdez Ventura. Janet Vasquez Ramirez. Carla Elizabeth Velasquez Gomez. Bahati William Wade. Mariah Jordan Nicole Wade. Kamari Walker, Certificate of Merit. Josiah Stefan Waltower. Micah Isaiah Walter. Khalil James Warren. Zaria Rihanna Warren. Bailey George Washington, Certificate of Merit. Jaden Santana Washington, Certificate of Merit. Kamari Janelle Washington. Diamond Sharita Watson. Ivy Jordan Webb. Stella Mimi Wheatley. Daquan Glenn Wheeler. Jalen Jakai White, Certificate of Merit. Sir Justice Mikkel White, Certificate of Merit. Elijah Joel Chandler. Joel Noah White. Caroline Lorene Wieland, Certificate of Merit. Carlise Alize Wiggins, Certificate of Merit. Autumn Marie Wilkinson, Certificate of Merit. Now conferring diplomas, Student Board Member Treasure Perkins. Jamai Elijah Williams, Certificate of Merit. Jeremiah Azariah Williams, Certificate of Merit. Capeo Darnell Williams. Maurice Anthony Williams, Jr. Jameer Wesley Jeremiah Wills. Darius Joseph Wilson. Deja Aaron Wilson. Jalen Isaiah Wilson, Certificate of Merit. Neasia Ramaya Wilson. Terrence Allen Wilson. Ty Joseph Woodland, Certificate of Merit.
One more thing. Right to left. As soon as Ty gets back. We ready?
Graduates, please rise. Move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2020.